In progress.
The first one is apology and clarify and interrupt. How to give how to apologize and how to interrupt someone's talking and how to clarify
Okay.
unclear points. Yeah. So hopefully in
Okay.
this meeting we are going to wrap up for 2 points. This is the apology. My apologies. Now, this is some alternatives when you can say sorry.
My
Uh,
mistake. My apology.
for the casual conversation when you talk with your partners, when you talk with your friends at the office, and you can say, "I'm sorry, my mistake," or "my bad." Yeah, we can say it's not too formal. My mistake, my bad, my apologies. Yeah, for uh formal way, so we can say I owe you an apology for this unclear issue. I owe you an apology for the reschedule the meeting, for the rescheduling the meeting. Yeah, I want to apologize for the inconvenience. I want to apologize to I want to apologize to another thing, for example. Or I sincerely apologize. Nah, this is very formal. I sincerely apologize for my behavior or for my action. Or I sincerely apologize for the trouble that I've caused. Or we can say, I sincerely apologize for the delay of the project. Yeah. So, or this is this is very special one because why? Because when we say I take full responsibility, it means that yes, we are the one who take the 100% responsible for something under control. Yeah, I take full responsibility. Or you also can say I take full responsibility uh to convince someone. For example, you are arguing with your team members and you want to convince him or you want to convince her. So you can say, I take full responsibility for this point. Nah, so you can use this phrase, this sentence to convince other people. Yeah. They're ashamed of my behavior. So the red the red sentences are suitable for you if you want to use if you want to say sorry in a formal way. Yeah. So which one is familiar for
Yeah.
you? I owe you an apology or I sincerely apologize or I take full responsibility. Which one?
Okay. Maybe there's a different situation when I talk to my lead. I
Mm-hmm.
use my mistake, my bad, my apologies. But when I talk to my manager, to the team,
Mm-hmm.
I usually use I sincerely apologize.
Yeah. We use the types of the what is it? The type of the style of the saying sorry. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Using for formal one when we use to the client or to the managerial
Yes.
staff. Nah, here or we can say, I sincerely apologize for the misunderstanding. Yeah, regarding your benefits package. I appreciate your patience as we resolve this. We apologize for the delay in processing your request. We are working to complete it as soon as possible. For the delay in processing your request. Yeah, so you can use this phrase for several situations. I'm
Okay.
sorry for any confusion caused during the meeting. I'm sorry for any confusion caused during the meeting. Let me clarify the next steps for you. Now, these are
Okay.
some expressions, yeah, so you can use one of them. And the last one, I regret the oversight in your contract. Do you know oversight?
Mm,
Do you know oversight?
reviewing.
Do you know the oversight?
I'm not sure. Maybe it seems like overview something, some documents, or I don't know.
The oversight means like something wrong.
Okay.
Hmm? Something wrong atau kelalaian atau sebuah kesalahan.
Oh.
Yeah. I regret the
Oh.
oversight in your contract. There is something wrong. I regret
Oh.
the oversight in your contract.
Uh, okay,
I'll make
okay. I
sure
see, I see.
I'll make sure the corrected version. You know the corrected version?
Yeah.
The corrected version.
The
The
yeah,
correct one.
yeah.
Or for example,
Oversight.
you made a mistake in writing or in preparing some slides or some data. So you can say, okay, I'll make sure the corrected version is sent to you as soon as possible. Uh, so some, these are some expressions for interrupt someone. Yeah. Actually, when we interrupt someone, so we have a different aim or different goals. Why do we need to interrupt someone? First, because maybe we want to end the conversation. Maybe we want to ask a question to someone. Yeah. Or maybe we want to give someone's a message. Or maybe we want to join to the conversation. For example, Mbak Amanda and Mbak Farah are talking, so I want to jump into the conversation, to your conversation. So I want to interrupt you. Yeah. So these are some expressions. If we want to end the conversation, we can say, I'm sorry to interrupt, but because of the time limitation, so we need to dismiss the conversation as soon as possible.
Yes.
And I hate to interrupt, but we need to clarify anything to make it clear because we need to end this meeting. Yeah, I hate to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt. We can say, I'm sorry to cut this short. I'm sorry to cut this short, but time is over, so maybe we can discuss later on. Nah, I'm sorry to cut this short. Yeah. And another one, we can interrupt someone if we want to ask question. We can say, sorry to interrupt, but may I ask a question? Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, but may I ask a question? Sorry to interrupt, but can you explain it again? For example, I'm sorry for the interruption, but I have a quick question. Now, we need to be carefully. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry for the interruption. It will be different. Sorry to verb one. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Sorry for, this is must be noun. Sorry for the interruption. It should be noun. Sorry for the interruption, but I have a question. Itu bisa. Okay. If we want to ask a question. Now, another thing, if we want to give someone's a message, we can say, "Excuse me, Brian, there is a phone call for you on line one. Excuse me, Brian, there is someone is waiting you upstairs. Excuse me, Brian, there is a client is waiting you at the lobby." Yeah, we can say, "Excuse me." And we also can say, "Sorry to interrupt, but you are needed in the lobby. You are needed, dibutuhin." Sorry to interrupt, Mr.
Mm.
Ryan, but you are needed in the lobby to sign for a package. Yeah. Now, this is the another point. This is the last point. If we want to jump into the others' conversation, yeah. "Excuse me, but may I jump in here? Sorry to butt in." Now, this is the this is the polite one. Yeah. Sorry to butt in. Butt in means, for example, but Amanda and Farah is talking seriously, and I know you are talking, and I want to share my opinion. I want to join on your conversation. So, the way I interrupt you, I can say in polite way, I can say, "I'm sorry to butt in. I know what you are talking about. I got a message from Brian. He said that you are blah 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 blah." Gitu. You can say, "I'm sorry to butt in." So this is the polite way if you want to join on the conversation. Okay? Sorry to butt in. I think we need to look at the budget again. Yeah. Or we can say, "May I add something here? May I add something here? May I tell the information that I know? May I explain it again?" Yeah. I couldn't help overhearing. I couldn't help overhearing itu nggak bisa, aduh saya nggak bisa nguping aja gitu. Nggak bisa cuma dengerin aja. I couldn't help overhearing. So, jadi saya mau ngejelasin gitu. Jadi saya nggak bisa ngedenger doang gitu. Jadi I have something to tell you. Ya, I couldn't help overhearing. Okay. Nah, uh, in case, for example, Mbak Amanda, uh, Mbak Amanda is passing by in front of me and Mbak Farah. Mbak Farah and I are talking about the new policy for uh, the what is it? The time working. We are not start. We don't start at 9 a.m. However, we start at 7:30 a.m. and we end the day at, for example, around 4 p.m. So you know the reason. Why do we need to why do we need to what is it? Why do we need to use the new regulation? So you have the reason. So you want to share with us. Okay. So how do you say?
Okay. Hi, Mujadis and Farah. Sorry to butt in, but I think we need to we need to talk again about this one uh because this new regulation would be would be apa ya, mendapatkan it's a negative response from all over the employees because it's too early to start working at the morning.
Okay, nice. I'm sorry to butt in. Ya, itu gampang diingatkan ya, so hopefully you can use this
Mhm.
phrase uh, on your daily conversation. Next. Nah, this is how to interrupt. So yeah, we can say sorry to interrupt. My apologies for interrupting. Go ahead, Sabrina. We can say, Sabrina, if I may add something, uh, it must be, for example, Sabrina, if I may add something, there must be misunderstanding between us because the regulation would be admitted by all the employees because of blah 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 blah. Yeah. Amanda, can I jump in here for a second? Nah, this is the way we interrupt someone. Yeah. So the way we respond, we can say, okay, sure, yes, please, or go ahead. If you want to let somebody join on the conversation, yeah. If you don't want to someone to join on your conversation, or if you don't want to someone interrupt you, so we can say, I'm sorry, let me finish my point first. Okay, or you can say, I'm not quite finished. Can you hold on for a while? Can you hold on for a while? I'm not quite finished yet. I'm sorry. Can you hold on for a while? Or you can say, okay, I'll give you time after this. Hold on for a while. I'll give you a time for clarify your point after this. Okay. For
Okay.
example, this is the simple case. For example, um, you are, for example, Farah and I are talking about the KPIs, employees' KPIs, and employees' growth, and then you want to add with, sorry, you want to add with urgent information. How do you say?
Mbak minum dulu aja. Information.
Okay. For example,
Okay. Mhm. I
me and
apologize.
Farah and I are talking about employees' KPIs, and you are interrupting to at some point or to clarify any points. How do you say?
Okay. Hi Tim, sorry for interrupt. Can I jump in here for a second?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Uh, I'm not sure the new regulation would be effective if we talk to the management for the management team for now because there is another urgent things that
I'm sorry, Mbak Amanda, you are freezing.
iya Mbak udah kedengeran belum?
Yes, can you say over again, please?
Okay. Uh, I'm not sure this new regulation had positive comments from the management from now for now, because the management should be done the another things right now. So maybe we can discuss it for the next week for this new regulation.
Oh, sure. We are waiting for the follow up or the upcoming discussion. But yeah. So the way you respond, you can say, "Oh,
Mm-mm.
sure, yes, please go ahead." Or if you want to reject, or if you don't want to anyone interrupt you, so you can say, "I'm sorry, let me finish first." Okay, let me finish my point first, and I'll give you the time after this. Yeah. All right. That is the way you interrupt.
Okay.
Nah. This is taking a pause. Actually, this is the tricks when you want to pause. If you have a online meeting, for example, when we are talking and then suddenly I need to do something. For example, I need to share screen. So, of course, the conversation uh would be paused for a while. So we can say, "I'm sorry, I'm going to share my screen now." Yeah. Bear with me while I pull up my document. Give me a second. So the common way we can say, "Oh, give me a second. I'm going to share my screen. Give me a second. I'm going to check my connection. Give me a second. Uh, I think I need to, what is it? I need to turn the camera off," for example, if you want to take a pause. Now, this is the way if we want to express our lack of understanding. If we don't understand about something, we can say several expression like, "I beg your pardon. I'm not quite sure. I'm sorry. I'm not quite sure I follow you." Nah, uh, please don't say, what? Please do not ever say what because it's impolite. Yeah, we can say,
Okay.
I'm not quite sure I can follow you." We can say, "I'm not sure I can follow you," or "I don't quite understand what you mean," or "Sorry, I didn't get your point." So this is very basic. "Sorry, I didn't get your point." Okay. Nah, uh, hal-hal seperti ini nanti akan ada di post test. So, jadi kayak it will be a smooth conversation. Yeah. So, I'm going to jump on the another screen. Okay. So basically, we have discussed how to say sorry or how to say uh apologize, how to say apology and clarify, not clarify, interrupt. Yeah. Nah, actually, this is what we are going to do this meeting, explaining the contract terms. Yeah, some previous meeting uh, ago, we had an interview, right? You were the HR manager, and I was applicant who wants to apply for the position of learning and development manager. Now, this this is the we can say this is offering session or maybe onboarding session. This is an offering session, yeah. So you
Yeah.
you tell me that yes, after after a serious or after a carefully consideration that finally we accept you as a learning and development manager. And then this is the contract. So you explain more about the contract. Yeah. And in the middle
Okay.
of your explanation, I'm going to interrupt you in the middle of your explanation. I'm going to interrupt you. Yeah. And
Okay.
you also can say sorry if um my idea is not aligned with you. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. We can read first. The title is Learning and Development Manager. I'm trying to be a full-time
Okay.
learning and development manager. The probation is around 3 months. I will report to the HR director. So my description, my job desks are I am responsible for designing, implementing, and evaluating learning and development strategies and to improve employees' growth. And the schedule, the working hours are 9 to 6, not 9 to 5. For the salary is around 25 million rupiahs, yeah, and up to 35. And this is the performance bonuses like 2 months salary annual based on the KPIs. Now this is the allowance for the communication is around 5,000 rupees per month, and the transportation around 1 million. And for the meal and beverages is around 50,000 rupees a day. And there are some insurance like healthcare and employment protection. Yeah, and this is the leave. So I get 12 days for annual leave and the sick leave with doctor's note. So, and another thing like development support. So you explain about the training budget and access to online learning and conference attendance. And maybe I'm going to interrupt you for this point. And after that, this is the confidential clause required to protect company data and employee info. And the last one, termination clause. Basically, it is 30-day written notice. Now, actually, this is some information has been written in a table. However, the way you explain the contract and terms, it must be,
Mhm.
um, what is it? It must be smooth. I mean, uh, do not always read the information. However, you can modify. Yeah, you can modify and you can
Okay.
tell as you tell directly face to face, not uh
Okay.
written information. Okay. Now,
Oh,
we
okay.
can start by greetings, and then you inform who you are and your position, and you welcome me as what is it? As a new employee, maybe, or maybe as an applicant.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You ready?
Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3,
So,
go.
okay. Hello, good morning. Hi, Majodis.
Good morning, Mbak Amanda. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
so hi, my name is. Yeah, I'm pretty good. How about you?
Uh, I'm okay, and I'm not really. I'm so excited for this session, so I can't wait for the contract terms.
Okay. So, as I informed you before from the WhatsApp chat that I want to say congratulations. After several consideration, we have decided to move with Mbak Jodis as our Learning and Development Manager. So with this session, I will share and I will inform you about the contract in details, and maybe you can ask me few questions if you curious about something and if you want to know about something in this contract. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one, we will offer you for the learning and development manager, and this is a full-time contract, and it would be permanent if you pass the 3 months probation period. And at this go-to company, if you pass the probation after 3 months, there would be three decision that we could offer. The first one, if you pass the probation, uh, exactly you will promoted as a permanent employee. And the second, if you are still in a apa ya penilaian, you're still in a nggak tahu dalam penilaian, and it will
Evaluation.
be. Oh yeah, if you're still in a users or head department evaluation, we will propose to extend your probation in the maximum for 3 months. And the last option and the last decision, if you are not past the probation evaluation, I am sorry, we have to terminate your contract and we will inform you 1 month before the probation end. Okay. And the next one, for learning and development manager, you are directly report to the HR director. And for day to day, maybe you will responsible for designing, implementing, and evaluating learning and development strategies. And